Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Before you start watching this video, if you're here for magic content, this isn't magic content today. This is a purely motivational video for me, but it's talking about my other great love, which is Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar. I've been playing 40k since I was 14, so second edition, side points and all the rest of it. And one of the things I've recently done is decided to get back into it a little bit heavier, and I was inspired to do this because there was a brand new army that came out recently, which was, for those of you who know 40k, the Imperial Agents. It's got a really bad rep. I'm aware of it, I'm fine with that, but I really liked playing Inquisitors back in the day. The large scale Inquisitor role-playing tabletop game, whatever you want to call it. Loved that. Loved Inquisitor lore all the way through everything. Dan Abnett, if you've read any of his books about the Inquisitors, one of my favourite other authors. And I decided it was time to build an Imperial Agents of the Imperium army. Now, this is going to be an irregular series. It's not going to be every Saturday, I promise you that much. It's just going to be the occasional video popping up on a Saturday talking about where I'm up to with the army so far. So, if you want to hear me talk about 40k for a little while, stay put. If you don't, magic content will be back on Monday. We've got more Commander decks coming up next week. That will be there. But for now, this is the 40k side of things. So, here we go. Here's what I'm planning to do with the army. Now, I haven't worked out the final few points. I'm going for a 2,000 point army. But this is where I've got to so far. So, Epic Heroes, I've got one of each of the 4 assassins because you're playing Agents of the Imperium. Why would you not play all the assassins that you can? Yes, I know the new rules mean you can pay 2 and then replace one for a cheaper one. So most lists are now going Eversol, Vindicar, then either chucking in the Calidus or the Caluxus, depending on what you need to do. But I'm going to play all 4 and just have done with it. The army is going to be led by Inquisitor Draxus, who looks a bit like this. I'm not quite sure my painting level's quite up to this standard, but you know, that's what Inquisitor Draxus looks like, and that's who's leading it. Purely because, and I'll be honest, I'll go back to the magic I was talking about earlier, got a mini dragon reptile bird thing on their arm, and yeah, let's go with that. There's a dragon involved, I'm happy. From there, we're going to have a Minotaurian Priest with the Vindicator, 2 Navigators to deny the deep striking from my point of view, a Rogue Trader Entourage, just because I liked having something fancy looking in the set, I'll be honest, in the army. And then we have the Battle Line stuff. Deathwatch Kill Team, 10-man squad, 2 Thunderhammers, Infernus Heavy Bolter, and the Frag Cannon, and then the Sergeant's going to have a combi weapon and Xenophase Blade, so that should be pretty good, I think. A unit of 10 Navy Breachers, that's the second part of the battle line, and then 2 Vigilance Squads. There's a reason I haven't gone any further in this, and I'll come to it in a minute. Infantry wise, 5-man Grey Knight Terminator Squad, the Inquisitorial Agents, Assisters of Battle, and a Voidsman at Arms Squad, because that's the other half of the box set that you get with the Rogue Trader, so it makes perfect sense to have it in here. Now, I've still got 345 points to spend, I'm aware of that. Subjugator squads should be in here, but unfortunately, because GW are currently in the midst of reboxing all of their kill team stuff, you can't pick them up at the moment, so I've had to go with what I can pick up to start the force off with, and this is where we are. Now, I've got a few things to show you, pretty boring pictures, but hey, we'll do it anyway. So there's the Combat Patrol I've already picked up, that's sitting downstairs ready to be put together as we speak. We've got the double lot of Deathwatch veterans, which are also here, ready to rock and roll. I have the box of Brotherhood Terminators, which will be my Grey Knight Terminator squad once they're completed. It's all very boring, isn't it? But we'll get to some interesting stuff in a minute, bear with me. The Sister Squad. Yep, you've seen all these boxes before. I'm probably going to double up on this one, I think. I'm not sure. It's either this or the Grey Knights. I'm not sure where to go 2 squads with yet, but we'll see. The Rogue Trader stuff's here. Yep. Got all them all picked up, ready to go. And I went with the Horus Heresy. don't know why it's saying it's corrupted, it's not. I went with the Horus Heresy Rhino. I figured that was more appropriate for the Inquisition than one of the more modern ones, and I really like the kit. It's a great kit to build. The two bolt guns on top there you can combine into one storm bolter, so you can still make the legal requirement for the Inquisitorial Rhino. So I'm really looking forward to having this one. I have built one of these a long time ago for another project I had, which I've sold that army now, which is a little bit disappointing. But yeah, I figure we'll pick the new one up, and it's a really nice model, so I'm looking forward to building this one and painting it up in Inquisitorial colours. Now, sorry about that, telephone call interruption, I had to pause quickly. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm not the greatest painter in the world, but I figured it would be worth showing you some pictures of some of the stuff that I have already got painted up and running. So, this is my first unit of breaches. Hold on, let me move my head out of the way. You don't need to see my head everywhere, do you? Oops. There we go. That's better. I might move myself out of the way. I'll go down there. Like I say, I'm not the greatest painter in the world, but I was actually really pleased with how well these guys turned out. A little bit of contrast red, some metal stuff going through, made it look quite good, I thought. I was quite happy with how they turned out. After that, I've also managed to get started so far. An Eversaw Assassin, just got to finish the base off on this one. I mean, I've got to finish the base off on the breaches, you can see in the background now, but I was quite happy with this. It came out reasonably well for my level of painting. Yep, I've got some nice stuff to do on the base as well, a bit like I have on the breeches that I showed up a second ago. I've got all the gravel effects and all the rest of it. Then I'll probably do probably a brown rim around here. Usually go black so it looks nicer, but I think because we're doing this kind of stony effect with some tufts of grass and things, a brown effect will probably look better than anything else will do. But yeah, I was quite happy with how my Eversaw turned out. And then I got a couple of donations. A friend of mine called Richard is an exceptional painter, and I do mean an exceptional painter. His level of concentration and skill, he's done some bits and pieces for me before, but he found out I was doing this in Agents of the Imperium army, and he donated 2 of the assassins that have been sitting on his shelf for quite some time that he's never going to use, so he gave them to me. Yeah, so this is the Vindicare he gave me. His painting level is a different level. It really is. So he gave me the Vindicare, which is here, which is just stunning. And then alongside that, although this picture doesn't do justice to it, he gave me his Calexis Assassin as well, which in real life, I'll see if I can get this. Camera's not going to focus. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's better. There you go. Yeah, that's just crazily good. He's a fantastic player. I'm really glad to have him. If you want to follow him on Instagram, Richard_the_painter is the one you need to look up. Well, I'm sure if you just search on Richard the Painter, you'll find him on Instagram. Just go and look at some of his models. Some of the squigs he's done for his fantasy, but for his Age of Sigmar army are fantastic. But yeah, anyway, sorry, enough rabbiting on about him. This is where we are still with the planning. I'm umming and ahhing about a second Grey Knight Terminator squad. I think that could be fun. But I really do know that we need to add in some subjugated squads, purely because of the OC2 and the 4-up invulnerable save. Unfortunately, until GW get around to reboxing them for the new kill team side of things, they're very difficult to turn up unless I convert the 2 vigilant squads from the combat patrol into them and take these out. But I quite like the vigilant squads, just for their whole let's go and get on here and get on with it. So, and I need some troops, you know, as we all know, Prior Nexus really does need some battle line to make it work. But that's where we are. I mean, 2 vigilant, 2 subjugated squads, another breaches squad maybe, and then maybe another Grey Knight Terminator squad will put me probably over the points cost, thinking about it. But yeah, we'll work it out once we get there. Yeah, maybe that we drop something that's less useful, like I don't know, the Void's Men at Arms maybe might vanish along with the Road Trader, but I want the options to have there. That's it. Like I say, this is nothing to do with magic. This is purely me having my motivational video so I get on with painting and building these models. There'll be irregular updates every few weeks or so on a Saturday, so Don't be surprised if you see a video, but if you want to follow me and you like MTG, please hit subscribe down below. You've only got to watch the 40k videos when they come out, that's fine, I've got no issue with that, but like I say, this is pure motivational for me, nothing beyond that. So for now, thanks for watching. I'll be back on Monday with some more Commander deck techs from MTG, but for now, enjoy your weekend. See you soon. Bye.